Shepherd dogs bit the wild wolf. Why was the wolf attacked? What caused the shepherds to act so cruelly? It turns out it was yesterday. The wolf sneaked into the sheepfold under cover of night. It bit the sheep's rump and tore hard. After a period of deadlock, the sheep was bitten to death by the wolf and pressed to the ground. Then the wolf attacked the other sheep again. The scared sheep ran everywhere, under the siege of two wolves. Another sheep was knocked down by them. The shepherd heard the noise and rushed over to check. Seeing that it was a wolf, he quickly shouted to chase it away. Never thought the wolf would growl at him. Then it jumped out of the sheep pen and ran away. Tomorrow, the shepherds, along with a group of sheepdogs, searched for the wolf's whereabouts. Unfortunately, the lone wolf is in big trouble. It was removed by the sheepdogs working together. To teach the wolf a lesson, the sheepdogs bit the wolf fiercely. Facing the powerful Kangal dog, the wolf no longer had the strength to fight back. Screaming in pain from the bite, the sheepdogs did not dare to be careless at all. After all, the wolf is very cunning and cunning. If it escapes, it will definitely lead the wolves to take revenge at night. Then two more sheepdogs joined. They bit the wolf's head and tore it very hard. Frightened, the wolf begged for mercy. But the sheepdogs paid no attention. They deal with wolves year-round. They know the wolf's nature well. If sheepdogs are surrounded by wolves, it will be worse than this. After finally catching a lone wolf, how could they miss such a good opportunity for revenge? The intense pain made it difficult for the wolf to endure. Its tiny claws kept scratching. Seeing the wolf screaming in pain from being bitten, the shepherd felt much relieved. If he hadn't discovered it in time, his herd may have been completely killed by wolves. The shepherd dog aggressively pulled and tore his buttocks. This lone wolf is really unlucky. Anyway, yesterday was not the one biting the sheep. The wolf knew he was in big trouble today. The sheepdog grabbed the wolf and pulled it aside. The shepherd recorded the entire process with the phone next to him. Under the fierce bites of sheepdogs, the last wolf cannot escape its fate. Don't forget to follow the mind-bending nature page.
Shalom, shalom. Early morning plantation life. Call all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. And shalom L'Bakarim Shol Yasharala. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and the elect lady. And as you can see right here, you got a few sheepdogs, tearing apart a wolf. And as you can see in the earlier video parts of this video, the wolves creeped up at night, and attacked the sheep, And what goes around comes around, that's what they say. So now, the sheepdogs, caught the wolf. And as you can see, they're tearing his ass apart. Now, fair use. This is in public. I'm not getting paid for this under the 1976 Compliance Act. Copyright Act is fair use disclosure. But I know how you Edomites get down. All right, I'm not getting paid. This is only for educational purposes only. So anyway, I'm going to go through some scriptures because, we We're like the sheepdog. We got to be like the sheepdog. All right? We got to protect the flock. We got to make sure we're feeding them. And how do we protect the flock? By feeding them the right doctrine, so they won't go astray. That's why the apostles are always going into saying, you got to be 100% sure that you're teaching the correct doctrine. It's very important. All right? This is why sometimes we get passionate about this truth. We get that zeal, just like those sheepdogs. You hear about these false prophets. They're teaching doctrines, and it does irritate you. It pisses you off, and you want to rip them up. You want to tear their ass apart, just like the sheepdogs in that video. And we gotta be compassionate like them sheepdogs. We gotta protect the flock from these wolves, man. All right? Let me read this. This is an account with Yahweh Shai, Matthew 9. As you can see, the harvest is plenteous. And Yahweh Shai went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. And I always think about when Yahweh Shai told his disciples that you should do greater works than I have. And, that power is coming back to the planet Earth, unto the great men, to those men that the Lord is going to put the Spirit on. Miracles and healings are coming. But the point here is verse 36. Listen to this. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Let me read that again. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. See? And that's what's going on today. When we look around and you see all these other groups with these false doctrines, sometimes, it pisses you off, but this is their lot. There have to be necessary false prophets, but they're scattering the sheep. They're scattering the sheep, man. As the scriptures, if they're not gathering, they're scattering. Let me see. I think the Lord said gathering. Bear with me. All right? Son, it's not coming up this way. Let me read this, and I'm going to see if I can find it. Verse 37, then say he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore that the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. All right? Got a lot of men in Israel that, they're sitting in that on that shekel, that penny. They wrap it up in a napkin, they put it in them deep pockets. A lot of men in Israel, they come out like they know all the breakdowns. Sometimes they try to go on the comment boards trying to correct you, even as women. But they don't do the work. They're not out there being like that sheepdog. They're not protecting, the sheep from the wolves, As Yahweh Shai said, man, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few, man. And even those that are out there, so-called doing the work, we see these different camps with tripods and speaking, yet their doctrine is false. Yet their doctrine is going off. Yet they're still deceiving many. So this thing is very, very important, this truth, because you can deceive many. Now let's go and see if we can find that. Gathering. Scattering. Salakia. All right. Bear with me. Oh, man. She's not. Okay. Somebody said I was trying to. Let me see if I can find it. Bear with me. Here we go. Luke 11 and 23. Matter of fact, let me read up a little bit. 20. Luke 11 and 20. But if I, with the finger of the Most High Yahweh, cast out devils, no doubt the kingdom of God is come upon you. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armor wherein he trusted, and divided his spoils. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. See? And that's what's going on. A lot of men in Israel are scattering the sheep, man. You know? They're scattering the sheep. All right, with false doctrine. Now let's go into, it's supposed to be in Acts chapter 20, verse 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock, see, over the which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers. You know, matter of fact, I want to get that. Let's get that in the blue letter real quick, because I want to get that word. All right. Take heed therefore you unto yourselves and to all the flock. Now let's go into this word flock real quick.
Strong's G 4168, poimneon. Poimneon.
As you can see, a flock of sheep. See? Bodies of Christians. All right? More of the Israelites. All right? And that's what it is. A group, the believers. All right? That is the flock, the sheep. We got to protect them from these wolves, man. What the Lord say, he made us overseers.
Strong's G 1985, episkopos. Episkopos.
All right, let's read this. A man, this is what an overseer is. A man charged with the duty. This is our job, our duty. That's why we always say, you know, our first job is serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, holding camp. You know, teaching. You know, teaching the right doctrine. Feeding the flock. Being overseers, man. That's our first duty. You know, all our other jobs in Babylon, they're just vain. You know, those are things that we have to do to survive. But ultimately, we know that this truth is what's going to give us salvation. A man charged with the duty of seeing that things to be done by others are done rightly. See, whenever we do our lessons, or we out there in the highways and byways, we're teaching and we're making sure that we're teaching the flock to also teach the correct doctrine, that we're giving the proper doctrine, you know, so they can go and learn and also teach the proper doctrine and are done rightly. Any curator, guardian, or superintendent, see? You know, a guardian, like them sheepdogs, all right? Like them sheepdogs, brothers. All right. Let's go into this real quick. Let's go. I'm gonna get two more, and we'll finish it up. Micah 4 and 8. Let's go there. To the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because it's all about the Lord. All right. Micah 4. And as you can see, peaceful latter days. This is the kingdom to come. All the nations are going to bow. All right. Verse 8. And thou, O tower of the flock, which is what? The elect, the government body. 144,000, King David. The stronghold, right, of the daughter of Zion. Unto thee shall it come. Even the first dominion, the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. All right. And that's coming, brothers. All right. So even the tower of his flock, we are sheep. We're the sheep as well. But we also have a job, a duty. We're teaching. We're being overseers. We got to make sure we're doing the right thing in front of the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. All right. Zechariah 9:16. And the Lord their power, Yahweh, shall save them in the day as the flock of his people. All right. For they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land, being beamed up in that chariot, brothers. You know? And that's what that's talking about. You know, when you see a crown, it has those gems, different colored gems, sapphires, rubies, diamonds across the crown. That's how the chariots look, with different lights illuminating, you know, with the elements of the fifth dimension. All right? For how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty. Corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids. Let's get that in the NIV real quick. All right. Verse 16. The Lord their power will save his people on that day as a shepherd saves his flock. They will sparkle in his land like jewels in a crown. See how attractive and beautiful they would be. Grain would make the young men thrive, and new wine the young women, man. Beautiful. Call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, so let's get one more. Luke 12. And we all know this one. You know, Luke 12. And what is it? Let's read 32 and 33. All right. Luke 12 and 32. Do not fear. See, I wish, as you can see, it's in red. Do not fear, little flock. Because the elect, compared to the nation of Israel, is a small number. That's why it's called the remnant, the few. That's why it's little among the multitude of Israel. 2/3. It's 66%. It's a lot, millions and billions of Israelites. Do not fear, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, man. Sell what you have and give alms. Provide yourself money bags which do not grow old, a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches nor moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And that's why we constantly say we're building our treasures in the heavens. You know, I always say that, you know, our life, being in this truth, walking in the righteous path, it's like we have a bank account in the heavens, in the spirit world. And just like a regular bank, you invest in it and it gets interest. It grows in interest. You know, the more money you put in the bank, the more the bank puts more interest into it. You know, and it's the same way with us. Our righteous works, our righteous acts in front of the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, trying to do the best we can, trying to be righteous, you know, in this filthy flesh, man. You know, all those righteous works are not in vain. All our works are not in labor. Well, guess what? they're being seen by the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's that treasure that's being invested in that spiritual bank account, man, in the heavens. And it's going to work in our favor, Yahweh Tazah. When all hell break loose, the Lord is going to go into that bank account. See, this man has done all this, and look, he has gained entrance in the spirit world. So now I can help him. That's when the time comes we're going to withdraw all that spiritual treasure. We're going to withdraw and cash out. And it's going to aid us in a time to come, because we're coming into a very dire and terrible, dark time, Israel. And we got to prepare ourselves in the spirit, you know. But anyway, you know, I could go get some more scriptures, but the point is we got to be like these sheepdogs, man. We have to be like the sheepdog. We have to make sure the doctrine is correct. We're teaching the correct doctrine. We're being overseers of the flock. All right? All right? Because remember, there's many wolves in sheep clothing, as the scriptures say. Many. All right? So, you know, Yahweh Tazah, Lord willing, you are edified in the spirit. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Tawada Yahweh, Tawada Yahushai. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Nathan Layaha, Kasayam Shah Dawada. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. La'atha Shalak Yanaya, Malapanyaka, Wabakak Wadashka. La'atha Kwak, Mamanya. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Tawada Wa Yahweh Shai. Barakatam. Shalom, brothers. Shalom.